Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Joel Rosen. I want to welcome you back to another edition of your Adrenal Fix. I am an adrenal fatigue recovery ninja, and today I want to talk to you about adrenal fatigue supplements. The reason why I want you to watch this video is because the most common question that I get is, what adrenal fatigue supplements should I be taking? And so if you watch this entire video, I'm going to shed some information on what supplements you should be taking, and more importantly, how to take them. It's not so much what to be taking, it's how to be taking them. So also I want to talk to you about sort of the Karate Kid concept. And what that means is, the majority of the time patients will ask me and say, hey, what's the best supplements for adrenal fatigue? And I'll tell them the best supplements for adrenal fatigue are whatever is going to reduce your inflammation. So that could be getting out of a moldy house. That could be getting out of a toxic relationship. That could be trying to eat foods that aren't antigenic or creating inflammation, like gluten, dairy, egg, corn, soy, rice, potato. All of those things are going to be the best supplement. So patients will say, well, that's not even supplements. I say, right, exactly. The point is that we're waxing on and waxing off, and you're wanting to go and fight, and you don't even have the basics. So we can give you different supplements till the cows come home, but if you have an uncontrolled inflammatory response in your body, then it doesn't matter what supplements you're taking. You need to reduce the inflammation by fixing up the gut, reducing the toxic exposure, by reducing inflammation, by even detoxifying the liver. So those are typically what I would tell patients to do. Some of the other questions that I get are, what about DHEA? So we'll write some of these supplements down. We have DHEA, we have pregnenolone, we have ashwagandha, we have vitamin C, we have vitamin B5, we also have, you can also take holy basil, and anything else that's considered, sorry, that's supposed to be a 7, adaptogenic. And so anything that's adaptogenic can be helpful. So adaptogens by definition mean it's going to help if you have too high cortisol levels, or it's going to help if you have too low cortisol levels. However, you don't want the supplement to be stimulatory. So things like licorice root, caffeine, I think rhodiola could be very stimulatory, and you want to be really, really careful for that. But here's the thing. I was talking to a patient today, and she got so frustrated because she had been taking so many supplements, she'd been feeling really good, and then she started feeling crap. And so here's how I want you to think about the supplements is, if you're feeling bad, you start taking supplements, it starts making you feel better, then eventually you need to live under this curve here, the bell-shaped curve. That's where you need to live. Meaning, when you start feeling good with your supplements, then you need to stop. And so live under this bell-shaped curve for as much as you can. Stop. When you stop, then eventually you stop long enough, you're going to start to feel crappy again. So make sure that you take those supplements again, and you're living under the bell-shaped curve. In her case, she just kept taking the supplements over and over and over and over and over till she was feeling bad again. So what did she do? She said, hey, Dr. Rosen, I haven't had any supplements for 2 weeks and I'm feeling really good. What's happened is she's gone back to the bell-shaped curve. So what I told her is, continue not taking the supplements, because what's going to happen is you're eventually going to slip. And then when you do, then take those supplements again. And it's really hard to teach someone how to live under that bell-shaped curve. But if you do, you'll feel so much better. And so it's hard to accept that when you're feeling really good, don't take any supplements. When you start feeling bad, then start taking the supplements. If you've been taking supplements over and over and over and over again, it's just not working, probably you're on this side of the equation. And you got to be really, really careful. So that's what I wanted to talk to you today about adrenal fatigue supplements. DHEA, typically I would recommend DHEA if I've had a chance to look at your Dutch test and we look at some of your DHEA production. If your total DHEA is influenced by sulfation, too much inflammation, or it's very, very low, and you don't have an upregulation of an enzyme that's going to convert that DHEA into testosterone, then we'll go for it. Pregnenolone, potentially that could be helpful. Same thing. If you have an upregulated alpha activity for breakdown of testosterone, that could be too inflammatory. Ashwagandha is really, really nice. I would typically start someone with ashwagandha, 1 capsule maybe twice a day, or 1 capsule 3 times a day. That could be really helpful, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, really calming you down. The other supplement I typically would recommend are electrolytes. And the reason we want to take electrolytes is because think about what the adrenals do. The adrenals are responsible for mineral concentration. So a person who has an adrenal fatigue drinks water and they pee right away. That means their mineral concentration is just sort of going right through them. And what happens is they become depleted with their minerals and their electrolytes. So minerals and electrolytes are really helpful along with ashwagandha. But again, I want you living under the bell-shaped curve where you're not taking it all the time. It's not set it and forget it. So hopefully you got a little bit of help after this video on adrenal fatigue supplements, living under the bell-shaped curve, waxing on and waxing off, electrolytes, ashwagandha, nothing stimulatory. And then if you do decide to take DHEA, pregnenolone, make sure that you have a Dutch test done so that you can evaluate what stages of adrenal fatigue you're in, how much total cortisol you're producing to get you through the day, how much you have at any one time, if you're upregulating 5-alpha activity. There's a lot of things that we can talk about, but hopefully you got a lot out of this video. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to like this video or put a thumbs up, give me a comment, give me a share. Check out my Facebook page at Adrenal Fatigue Recovery Society, I think it is, or go to my my blog. It's adrenalfatiguesociety.com. My name is Dr. Joel Rosen, and I hope you got a lot of value out of this, and my goal is to help you recover from your adrenal fatigue nightmare. Thank you so much.